The lake looked like black glass, perfectly still, reflecting a moon so bright it almost felt artificial. I was on my dad's 24-foot deck boat with Jackson, Sarah, and Leo. The music played quietly from the speakers. The cooler was open, and the distant city lights shimmered far behind us. It was one of those nights that feels unreal in the best way. Then the boat hit something. Not a scrape, not a bump, but a heavy, wet impact that sent a vibration through the floorboards and up my legs. The boat jerked violently to one side. The engine sputtered for a second before catching again. Sarah gasped and grabbed the railing. What was that? Jackson immediately grabbed the high-powered spotlight from the console and swung it toward the front of the boat. The beam cut through the darkness, slicing across the water. There, Leo said quietly. Floating in the white foam of our wake was a body. It was a man, his face down, bloated and pale, wearing a torn, waterlogged suit. His arms were spread wide, almost peacefully, like he was embracing the surface of the lake. "Oh God," Jackson whispered, his face draining of color. "We hit someone." I shut off the engine. The sudden silence was unbearable. No music, no motor, just the soft slap of water against the hull as we drifted closer. "We can't leave him," I said, though my voice was shaking. "If there's any chance he's alive." None of us believed that, but we moved anyway. At the back of the boat, Leo and Jackson leaned over the swim platform and grabbed the man's jacket. The moment they pulled, both of them grunted in surprise. "He's too heavy," Leo said. It felt unnaturally heavy, as if his clothes were soaked with something denser than water. With one final effort, they dragged him onto the deck. He landed with a wet, sickening slap. Water poured from his clothes, spreading across the floor. That's when I noticed the smell of not a lake water but of an old swamp mud. I looked down at the puddle forming around our feet, and my stomach dropped. The liquid wasn't clear. It was thick, oily, and black. Sarah's voice trembled. "Look at his hands." The man's fingernails were gone. In their place were jagged, blackened points of exposed bone, worn down like he had been clawing at something hard for a very long time. Before anyone could speak, the body made a sound. A low, wet gurgle rose from deep inside his chest. Slowly and agonizingly, the man's head turned toward us. He didn't have eyes. Where they should have been were hollow pits filled with the same black sludge leaking from his clothes. His skin was pale and translucent, thin veins pulsing beneath it. This wasn't a drowned man. It was something else. "Get him off the boat," I screamed. Jackson and Leo lunged forward, trying to shove it back into the lake, but it moved faster than anything human. One clawed hand shot out and snapped around Jackson's wrist with a sickening crunch. Jackson screamed as the thing yanked him toward its open, lipless mouth. I dove for the ignition. The engine clicked once, twice, then roared to life. I slammed the throttle forward. The boat surged ahead violently, throwing us off balance. The creature was dragged toward the edge of the platform, still clinging to Jackson. Leo grabbed a heavy metal gaff hook and swung with everything he had. The hook sank into the creature's shoulder. Leo pulled hard. With a wet, tearing sound, the thing released Jackson and vanished into the churning white foam behind us. I didn't slow down. I kept the throttle pinned until we slammed into the marina dock, nearly smashing the hull. We sat there in the dark, gasping, shaking. Jackson cradled his shattered wrist. Black stains smeared his skin and wouldn't wipe away, no matter how hard he tried. That's when I checked the GPS. It showed we had traveled 5 miles, but our location was marked as a single, unmoving red dot. According to the satellite, we hadn't moved an inch since the moment we hit the body. I looked up from the screen. The marina lights were gone. The city skyline had vanished. There was only the black glass of the lake stretching endlessly in every direction. Then we heard it. Something heavy, something wet, slowly climbing up the side of the boat. We hadn't escaped. The boat never moved, and whatever we hit hadn't fallen into the water. It had only been waiting for us to stop running. "Can we survive this?"